Hello everybody, I am so happy to be with you guys. Well, I'm so happy you tuned in to my YouTube channel. So today I am here for a story time, and this story time is going to be all about my trip to California and how my time has been in California now, like since I've been here. So I've been living in California now for 7 months, and it's been an interesting experience to say the least. So yeah, let's just rewind it. Let me give you guys a little backstory. So a little backstory is I always wanted to move to California. Like, I literally knew from like my sophomore year of college that I was moving to California. It was just where I was going. Like, my sister had moved out to California. She's been living in San Diego now for like 5 years, and I was like, okay, as soon as I graduate, I just wanted a new life. I wanted to get out the South, because a lot of times, you know, people in the South, it just seemed like they just slow, you know. It was just slow, and I just wanted some change. I felt like a big fish in a small pond, and I wanted to just be like a small fish in a big pond and get on the scene and get to know people and follow my dreams and figure out what my dreams even were, you know what I'm saying, and just live my life. And it just, you know, you see it in the movies, it just seems like California is the place to do that. Everybody's always called me like a very free spirit and just you know, a pretty chill, pretty nice person. So Cali just seemed like the vibe, and I love the beach. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna move to California when I graduate, and the opportunity was right there. I had a place to stay, so bam. So basically, after I graduated from college, I stayed in Atlanta for a little while and like hung out, chill with my cousins and my best friends, and we just had like a bomb summer, and it was just amazing. And then around midsummer, my cousin and we decided to take the 4-day road trip to California, which was amazing in itself. And it was so beautiful, like, to see how the country shifts from like deciduous forest to literally desert, and then to like beach town. So that was pretty cool. And we didn't really meet like any crazy people on the way, but we did stay at some pretty interesting like hotels and just bond. And she's an artist and I'm a creative, so we got to just talk about art and creation and listen to great music, and it was really just like a therapeutic experience. So if you've never gone on a road trip, I definitely say go on a road trip, because I was scared like the drive was just the driving is gonna seem so crazy, but the driving was pretty simple. And when you get to the point where you're just seeing the country, it was like mad beautiful. Now the drivers were acting about crazy. I don't know if everybody was on a road trip, so everybody was just at a point where they're just like ready to get where they're going. But it was like one point like through Texas where everybody was like going 115 miles per hour, and it was super scary and hitting the corners mad fast. So that was pretty terrifying. But besides that, the trip was amazing. So yes, and shout out to my cousin Aziz. I love you so much, and thank you for helping me follow my dreams. So when I first got to California, I was staying in Hemet, California, which is literally like an hour outside of San Diego, a nowhere land. It's like a nowhere land. And it was interesting because coming from being a new grad to then being in like my social scene in Atlanta with like all my friends, to coming to nothing was crazy, except my family, which I love my family, but it was literally so shocking. So I wouldn't say like I fell into a depression, but I definitely was doing a lot of soul searching, you know, just like having to be with myself and just think about where I've come and what I wanted to do and what my plans were, and figure out all of that, you know, and was this the right decision to make, and am I gonna find a job, because I was having like difficulty figuring out where to find a job and just all those type of things. So that was really, really frustrating in that moment, but it did turn to a moment of really like tremendous peace. Like, I got to literally meditate more than I've ever meditated probably in my whole life. And I'm really an advocate for meditation and prayer, because if you can't be with yourself, how can you be with somebody else? If you don't know who you are, how are you gonna ever know or help people realize who they are? So then about a month after living out in Hemet, we moved to the heart of San Diego, into San Diego, which is where I've been mostly since I moved here. And San Diego is a very interesting city. More so interesting being who I am as a very diverse African-American young lady. It was just completely different. When I first moved to the city of San Diego, I got a job at the Marriott Hotel, and I was bartending downtown at the hotel. And so, you know, what was different is that that's when I realized that the city really doesn't have black people. Like, it, you know, it's just very much different. For me, being from the chocolate city of the freaking world, one of the chocolate cities of the world, it was a complete culture shock. And just the way they received me was very different. You know, I know I'm a passionate soul, you know, I'm always going to be passionate because that's who I am. But it was like, you guys, I had to be like so nice just to not come off as like aggressive or, you know, in a manner that everybody would always ask me, am I okay? I'm literally smiling. How am I not okay? But what I did learn, and which I love, was that all like my fellow bartenders, they were a lot older than me, you know what I'm saying? Well, not a lot, but a few years older than me. And everybody was just so content with like their lives and like where they were. And like people had goals and everybody wanted to get someplace, but they really knew how to be content with what they were doing in that moment. So if they were 30 and still working on their bachelor's degree, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It was like their life wasn't defined by societal expectations. So yeah, and then I got to like discover more of the nightlife, and the nightlife of San Diego, in my opinion, you know, I don't shoot the messenger, you know, it's just different. It's just different. If you're really into Latina culture and that vibe, it's for you. And it's been very nice to experience it. And shoot, now I jam to some music that I would have never been listening to. But that's not even the problem. But what I don't like is that it's not really, it's like everybody stays kind of ignorant to everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, for example, I lived in South America for a year. So I do speak conversational Spanish and I do know how to dance salsa and bachata. So I don't like that here it's so unexpected of me. Like it's like, if you are black in here, you stay over here. And if you are Latina in here, you stay over here and get all the advantages of being around mostly your kind of people, you know what I'm saying? Because things are mostly catered to Hispanic people, which is fine. We're right next to the border, but it would be nice if it was more inclusion. And it's a learning lesson because I never really thought about it, you know, being from a chocolate city. Again, I never really think about being the outcast and how important it is to make people that are different than you feel welcome and feel okay. Like here, it's like, if you freaking start dancing salsa or know something's, it's like, whoa, shocking. Oh my God, she can order a taco. Like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. Like, I'm not ignorant, I'm not dumb. So I really don't like that about San Diego. And the fact that there really is no real diversity. Like, it's like, don't advertise that your city's so diverse and so this and so that, when it, in real honesty, it may be, but it's not inclusion. It's not a melting pot. It's a freaking Chex Mix. Like everybody just kind of stays in their part and does their own little thing. And I don't like that because I like diversity, and even diversity in my own culture. It's like all the black people here just stick with each other and do the lame things that they do. Like, you know, I don't always want to listen to trap music when I go out. Sometimes I want to listen to jazz. Sometimes I want to listen to reggae. Sometimes I want to listen to R&B, and it's just like one tone. Because it's a lot of interracial couples does not mean that it's diverse. It's like, if there is an interracial couple, it's like mostly the black guy or the black girl, they'll erase who the hell they are and just adopt whatever else the other person is about or does. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not real diversity. Diversity is when everybody kind of is proud of them and who they are and is diverse in who they are as a person. It's just representing them, you know, and it's definitely lacking here, and it's actually really disturbing. And to the black men here that are weirded out, like, you know, and just don't know like what's going on or who they are or anything, y'all need to go to Atlanta, y'all need to go to Africa. I don't know where y'all need to go, but y'all definitely need to realize your own culture, because you look lost and honestly laughable at this point. Also, you know, they do drugs everywhere, and I realize that they do drugs everywhere, and maybe it's just because I'm now entering in this industry where it just seems a little bit more forefronted, but I had never seen anyone do cocaine smacked out in front of me until I moved out to San Diego. A lot of people do hard drugs here. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in Atlanta, it's way more of a scene, of a crowd that okay, they'll drink and they might smoke a little weed or something like that, but they're not sniffing the lines right in front of your face. Like, what? Because it's like, do you party or do you party? You know what I'm saying? I like to party, I like to dance, I like to have fun with people, but I ain't a party person. I'm not trying to get gone, you know what I'm saying? So yes, that's like one of those things that it was like, no, I'm not. In the dating scene, and this is not supposed to be like a bash San Diego vlog. I hope it doesn't come across like that, because I've learned so much and it's been a very interesting experience. But the dating scene here, guys, it literally sucks. Like, the dating scene sucks. I don't know why or what's going on, but it's a bunch of weirdos. Like, at least that's what I've been approached with. It seems like most people don't really want relationships at all, but yeah, it just seems like nobody really wants anything serious, and they don't really even know themselves to know if that's what they don't want. And the people who think that they want something serious are like they're too much. Like, they just grab onto you and they don't want to let go, and they're just super weird me out, like first time meeting them type weird out. Okay, it's okay to want something serious, cool, that's fine, and it's okay to express that, but to be asking to marry me and raise your child on day one is a lot. I think it would be a lot for anybody. Or to be trying to hold my hand the whole night on a date is a lot. And so that's one form of a lot. And then there's the other extreme of like, I'm on a date and a man literally tells me that he's a male stripper, and that's a whole story in itself. And I will maybe come and do a story time on my hell date. But yes, like, telling me he's a male stripper, then he don't have no money to pay for the date. So it was just ridiculous, and I had to catch an Uber. So it's been a lot of like crazy situations like that, things like that, you know. I find that a lot of people out here don't really want to stand for something, so they kind of fall for everything. And I realize that I'm a person, I may be passionate, it may come off as a little aggressive, but I'm definitely standing for what I stand for, and that's that, you know. And I love that about myself. So it's taught me to really love myself. And again, like, with the lack of the dating scene and the lack of people loving Black women and the whole crazy thing that's going on, it's really giving me a sense of self-love, because you gotta love you and just who you are as a person. And also with just like it being so expensive and not really finding like the job where I kind of fit in yet, it's been a real chance for me to understand that I want to mix my passion with philanthropy, or, you know, something that makes me give back to people and strive and do good for others and make money doing that. So it's really taught me that as well. So again, like, I encourage moving to California, because of course I haven't been to everywhere in California yet. I've only lived here in San Diego, and I visited LA a few times, and I've been to North California, but not for a long period of time. So I'm sure it's very different experiences, and everyone has a different experience. This has just been my experience, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to follow me on all social media platforms, and remember to stay true.